Well, we're down here on the river. We got water dropped about 8 inches on me last night on my stairs farther up the creek, but on this little flat spot, said yesterday, got a pretty big beaver. I'd say he's probably going to be about a 60-pound beaver or so. But yeah, this high water beaver. It'll be interesting sometime. I got my beaver taken care of. I've been trying to get the shutter made. I ended up having to pull my cable stake because I don't have my regular things to make the shed, but yeah, I had to move the special stake on anyway, so I just put it in with new system in. But on these beaver, don't really need a very big loop. That beaver I just caught, that's a fairly big beaver, and he was hip caught. I was using a bigger loop, so I'm kind of downsizing my loop a little bit. But on these shallow water sets where they're just barely above the water, it's shallow enough here. You can see my hands only going right there, about 4 inches or so. So they can't be walking up to the set right here, so you don't want this snare too high or too low, or you'll bite catch them. You keep it up in the air, just right. My snare is probably about an inch below the water. That will I should net catch most of your beaver, unless you got a really small one. But really not a whole lot here. We're sitting in the chute for the castor mound. They could swim around over here, but usually they ought to be going away. The current and the wind have them going straight into the mountain right here, without having to worry about them getting onto it. I was looking at the tracks in that dam. The only animal that got up to that mound last night was a muskrat. There's a few muskrat droppings down there, but I got my beaver first. Of course, Traverse luck. Very last snare. We got 7-piece property farthest away from my truck, and the last day of the season, got a beaver. I hear a little castor mound. The snare was set right on here. Try and get this thing up. Rivers dropped about a couple inches yesterday, but did have a little bit of rain and snow came through last night, so we kind of a net loss on as far as high as the river was. But didn't have a whole lot left this year. Got my beaver taken care of. Just kind of want to show you something on this cable. Is 5/64 on my 19-inch cable with a regular trap swivel on it. There's not a whole lot of damage to this cable. Of course, there wasn't really a whole lot for this thing to tangle up on, but I'm going to cut this loop off. But there's no real kinking on this cable anywhere, other than just kind of this little spot right here, where it just got bent around a little bit, but the beaver wasn't going anywhere or twisting out of it.